Only if an individual interrupts the meeting by not observing the rules, they'll receive a courteous reminder to please be respectful. If they persist and are not able to conduct themselves appropriately, they will be asked to leave the meeting. If they refuse to remove themselves, then they will forfeit their right to attend any of the board meetings for the remainder of the year. The board from this point forward will do our very best to observe Robert's Rules of Order, and if you want to take part in that process, books are being made available to help better understand the importance of maintaining order at a meeting. Thanks.
Our reports, officer reports.
Minutes.
Oh, we did. Yeah, we didn't approve minutes from last month yet. So the minutes were distributed electronically to all of us by email. So are there any issues with the minutes? Any corrections need to be done?
The minutes are also available at the table in the corner if you wanted to examine them.
If there's no correction need to be done, then the minutes are approved and we'll accept the minutes. Thank you. President's report. Last month, was pretty busy for all of us. We had a mailing we had to do to hopefully to get us in electronic voting before January. So August 21st, 23rd, we were busy packing envelopes, packing mailings, folding forms, and putting stamps on them and mailing that stuff out. So everybody should by now has seen the mailing that went out and hopefully voted for yes, we want to do electronic voting. We want to you want to give us your email contact so we can do that in the future. So that has happened, and the deadline for those I chased down some today. Deadline is the 13th, it's just 2 days away, Saturday. So we need to get those in. I'm telling people to put them in a box here. Just go to the association, drop them in the mailbox here. So if you know anybody that hasn't voted, get them to drop them off. On the 6th of September, we had a meeting in the pavilion just to go over the mechanics of the bylaw changes that we need to make. And so we had a good turnout. Jim Friedman led the discussion on that, and I think clarified a lot of issues. So anyway, between what he did for the mailing and for the meeting we had and the voting electronic voting team committee, we're on a roll here, and we're hoping to be able to get this stuff all put together before we need to be nominating people for voting next January. Sunday, so there's issues, and John will talk a little bit about some vandalism in the playground, but also Sunday, just this last Sunday, I got a phone call in the morning. I was doing a job in Pahoa, so I couldn't come back there immediately, but there was no power to this building, which is weird because there's power all around here. Somebody got into the electrical panel at the meter base on the back of the building and literally just turned the main breakers off to the building. And so when I finally was able to get here about 5:30 at night, and went and checked it out. Yeah, somebody just gotten in there. Anyway, it's got a padlock now, but we realized that we don't have any cameras on that end of the building, so we're gonna change that too. So we learned something there. But yeah, somebody just a vandal playing, and knew enough about it, where to turn the power off. We're still talking about cameras, researching cameras. We use alert alarm, and things are always down. The main monitor in the office every 3 days, it's down. There's nothing on it. The camera in the pavilion is always off and on. So anyway, we're still looking at that. We went out thinking we could just get somebody to come in and bring, alert alarm gives us a bill for the alarms on the building because all the doors have sensors on them, and the sheds out in the pavilion have sensors on them. And so we thought, so our bill is a double bill. Part of it is for the cameras, part of it is for that. So we could separate it out. And so we are going to go to our own camera system here. And so we're still looking at that as far as finding somebody that will be responsible for that if we have an issue. So nothing done on that yet. A lot of you probably saw up on the property up on Upper Malama where the burnt cars they've been burning cars for the last few months. The county is hauling those off, and they got like 14 or 15 cars piled on the street.
3 of them have been removed.
3 finally just got put up. Oh, sweet. Okay. Somebody bought the property at the last tax sale. Before the tax sale, they actually negotiated with the county, bought the property, but had the county agree that the county would help them clean up that property, clean up the trash. So the county is hauling those off and gonna get them out of here. So it's happened quick, and they tagged them like in a matter of days. So yeah, that's very positive. So we were talking in a meeting a few days ago. Hey, we will learn something from that because the county's willing to do that. We've got other properties like that got junk cars on them. Maybe we can get the county to help us with that too later. There's Marianne will talk about it. We've got some things in the future, but meet and greet welcome coming up this weekend. But the big thing is board nominees. As I finish my report, board nominees, like I said, we need to get this voting in. But at the same time, if you talk to people about this bylaw changes, remind them that our election is coming up quickly, and the 30th of November is a deadline for elections for officers for next year. 30 November, nominees. We have to have nominees in hand 30 November. So start talking to friends and whoever, people you think should be on the board for next year. And because it's a month and a half away. So thank you.
Okay. So I guess I'm here to try to brief everybody on what's up to date with the with the lawsuit. Primarily this next Monday, the 15th, there will be a hearing, and that will determine a lot of things. So, Glenn Horio has made a motion to resign as a lawyer, and at this point, there's sanctions against him, Rod, and Al from Ted Hong and the defendants. So that's pretty much going to be discussed and dealt with on Monday. And that is, I think, as much update as I'm able to give to you guys until then. So.
Thank you.
Okay.
Smile.
Mm-hmm.
There is another hearing tomorrow.
There's what?
There's another hearing tomorrow, actually, on the 12th, in the Jim Penny versus the board directors case too. So that's a status hearing. Yes, at 10:30 tomorrow. And the reason for withdrawal is non-payment from the association.
Thank you.
So
Okay.
the reason for withdrawal is non-payment for that lawsuit. Okay.
Non-payment by the previous board, and then who hired him, and then non-payment on our part, because we're saying until the lawsuit settles, we're not talking money. Settle the lawsuit, and we thought it was going to settle at 30th of July, and then their attorney and them got pushed out for another 90 days for whatever reason. And now suddenly, so now we're saying that if we're going to have a hearing on Monday, let's just wrap up then. But it's not happening, so we're still looking at November 14th for the final hearing.
Okay. I just want to make a reminder, if you weren't here at the beginning, please no interruptions with comments while the board is talking, or if it's time, please. Thank you very much. Thank you.
According to state law,
Thank you very much.
Okay, Janice.
In addition, there are actually 3 things that Horio had done for us. He had assisted on some things on the Jim Penny case. He also did general business for us all before the election on April 5th, and then the lawsuit was actually, I think quite a lot of that was actually before April 5th too, but none of that We did, there was some paid last year, but that's the majority of the bill right now.
Hi, everybody. Hi. We have a little money in the bank, total of 283 between the Bank of Hawaii and HFC. Haven't had time to go up to HFC and close the accounts out yet. I'm going to pass around these new reports until I get everything in the P&L and the balance sheet is what it says. These reports I can run monthly, 2 months, quarterly, half a year, and then it'll be really helpful to build a budget from. But it's got a lot more information. It says what we brought in and what category we have money, what we spent money on, so you can see. Now don't flake out because we spent 1,000 more than we brought in this month because our money comes in February, March, April. Comes in at the beginning of the year, so that's why we still have 283,000 in there. It's just slow process. You know, like I'm entering deposits for the year and I see it's not in the old system. So where did that money for the deposit go? So I have to trace all that back. It's just very bad management in the office for a long, long time. And it's a lot of fixing in detective time. So guys just have to be patient with me. I'll pass some of these around. I only make 5 copies.
Thank you.
Can you guys hear better that we turned it around?
What?
No.
Can you hear
guys need to sit in the front row. Okay. With termites.
Rod,
The basis of the 283,000, can you break down what they're from?
Yeah, Bank of Hawaii has 191,785.74. The checking at the credit union has 4,585. And then the rec account and their reserve account, the rec account we have 57,364. And in the rec account we have 30,106.99.
Thank you.
So we're going to move all that just into a reserve account. We don't need 3 bank accounts.
what's that?
Part of that, just a quick part of the rec funds, we pulled forward, right? We funded those because there was nothing there before.
There was a little something there, but a lot is still sitting in 2024.
Okay.
And they've been going through it. I made $36,000, and I think it was 48 right before you bought the playground. So you moved the money out.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear all that. So
Okay, we need hearing aids.
it's all right. So,
I see you moved 36,000 change out from the checking to the rec account,
yes.
and then you did it again right before the playground equipment. You moved another
Yes.
48.
Correct.
So I just moved. I think
That was the equipment plus
That was-
the shipping for that.
But you moved it from our bank Hawaii to the credit.
Yeah, but and for the rec account, we did move 1,48,000 into the rec account to cover
Yeah.
fees, so
Yeah.
to cover the
Yeah.
transfer fees. So.
But I didn't. It's not recorded correctly in there, so I had to go
Yeah.
through each ledger to find it. Yeah, it's just we're just scattered too many places, and we're just going to make it easier. As long as we keep each account below 250,000, we're good. Okay.
That's it.
John?
Okay. As far as the secretary's report, I just wanted to mention a few things that briefly that Richard covered. One was the Saturday meeting. It was really neat to see the decorum. and the mom said they won't be back, period. So I take it that something happened there. I've been putting in a little bit of time with Janice to listen to the pitch of the folks that are coming in to give us their estimates on doing the audit. It was interesting for me to hear the perspective of an auditor with such vast experience, and I think no matter who we end up choosing, so far the field of candidates looks pretty good. They're very qualified. Let's see. So as a secretary, I'm often called upon to provide legal documents or any documents from that the association members want. We had a particular request for everything relating to the legal situation. So I believe I provided about 60 pages of court documents so the person could be informed of all aspects, suit, countersuit, so forth. On a fairly regular basis, I'm processing the info that comes in through the website where people are asking questions or making comments. And what I see a steady flow of is people say, you're sending me correspondence, but I sold my property in Leilani 4 years ago, or 5 years ago. And it's not a mystery. It leads me to believe that the county records, who we've compared our members list to, is just not accurate. So we're trying to find alternative solutions to harvest proper information so we're not wasting our time on mailings to people who no longer live here or have any interest in the business of Leilani. They're kind enough to tell us that, whether it's in a return envelope or to send a message, and I appreciate that they do that. But it does highlight the fact that this is something that it needs as regular maintenance as grass cutting. I mean, there's people moving in, moving out, and the county cannot keep up, or I couldn't tell you exactly why they can't keep up, but on my own properties, it took a number of months before I was recognized as the owner, and it caused a lot of havoc with the previous owner because he was still being billed for taxes even after we had closed on properties. So it's not just one person that's experiencing this. I'm also working with members of the community to try and promote their events that occur at the pavilion. I feel that it's not a lot of effort to support our community members who put together really unique types of events, such as a Christmas market being put forward by Ann Calver, and so when it's all ready and she has what she'd like to put up, we'll advertise that for her. We're not advertising private businesses or things like that. It's events that occur at Leilani with Leilani residents being a part of that, like plant sales and things like that. We're trying to be proactive in doing that. Marianne, of course, I won't take any time. Marianne will explain her event that's coming up this weekend. And I've been in communication with Mark Howeneel and his efforts to help us as a board determine what would be a possible solution for connecting the end of Leilani Avenue and
Might be some overlapping, but literally what John was just talking about. There's a property on High Street that I drive past all the time, and it's vacant. And so I wanted to contact the owner, even here, in Berlin, Housie, all that. I even contacted Chris because it's the house you sold, and asked you if you knew the person. Now they did not. The mailing address is literally here. So, on High Street, I'm not,
I wanted to contact you saying I'm willing to weed whack your front so squatters don't move in. So again, with the county records, apparently there's definitely, sorry.
Issues.
Issues. I'm to read Michael's report. Michael Halio, daily duties. I can leave this over there so y'all can read that if you want. Since the last board meeting, monthly shoulder load complete for this month. Sidearm finished, Gas Street, top of high side. The sidearm has been down for the past 2 weeks due to repairs, which I have completed. We'll start on Gas Street, Milano side, and continue down. Other topics. Note to residents, please stay clear of the sidearm when operational. Residents want to watch the sidearm work, but it can be very dangerous. Park grounds. There have been incidents where a loose dog has been digging and tearing through the trash cans overnight. Where did that do? I'm trying to figure out ways to prevent this from happening, possibly industrial grade trash cans. Events in the park. We need to enforce the rule of taking your trash after each event to all renters. Renters have been leaving their trash behind, and this has been going on for a long time. That's also what it dog is coming in and tearing it up. Probably maybe that dog right here. Maybe so hungry, something to eat. Please contact the association office if you have any questions or concerns. Thank you for your time. Have a good evening, Michael.
Thank you, Michael.
Yes.
And I have a little bit more to it. It might be a little repetitive, but I'll try not to be too much. Some of you heard about the vandalism and photo cartridge. We already spoke to that. Got a couple more put in, so hopefully we'll get them going. Someone contacted me, Jennifer Miller, through Leilani's Facebook and offered some trees up to plant. And I said, hopefully in December we'll get some cinder. We'll plant some then. So that was very encouraging. Loose dogs are still a big problem at the park as in many areas. There was a complaint filed after a kids party and there was a loose dog unleashed with his owner. Long story short, 2023 annual members meeting, Hattie Jones suggests we get a enclosed dog park. Love to do that. I think Al was the one that said it was a liability issue. And I think it would be a great thing if we could try and get something going up.
We never get insurance.
No, not here. That's what I'm saying. Get something together up at the Leilani, the whole park area somewhere. There should be a
Well, no, the point of it is,
Please.
the point of it is for people here,
Sure.
not to have to go to town with their dog.
Right, I agree.
And as far as liability is concerned, you're not having more liability in the playground than you do at a dog.
It's still about the dog issue, and if we could get one closer, we obviously can up here. Is what I've been told. To the liability. Let's see. Oh, yes. I have this great idea of a little research that I want to get some hats. Leilani emblem on here. Maybe with volunteer representatives to get out to those people that open and close the park.
Who's that?
Jim Penny, who else? Rich, myself. And yes, I started with Tom. Yes. And so I'm going to order those, and thanks to Jan for directing me to Sarah Yeckley to find Printed Hawaii, support local. And they gave me some figures for hats. They start at $12 a piece, a minimum of 25 order. So I'm going to do that because I want to. And then I want to give 6 of them to the board to give out at the end of each board meeting. So anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Hello to all those people that donate books to our library again. It's really frequent. I'm going to tidy up the library. And spirits are high, weeks are low.
Hey, what's happening Sunday?
Oh, God, yeah, that's on the bottom. That's handwritten. That wasn't typed, sorry, yes. Join us this Sunday after the plant sale for a welcome aloha talk story, meet your neighbors. like, we didn't get letters sent out to all the new owners as we hoped, but I'm going to, post it on Leilani Facebook and we'll just get the top story and try and do it again. I'd like to do it again, honestly, perhaps at the annual members meeting and include that into at the end of the meeting, top story, have some refreshments. This Sunday, noon to 12 after the plant sale.
Noon to 2.
Noon to 2. Thanks.
Thank you, thank you. Architectural committee, we've got we've got we're off to a slow start. Bob Jensen, Big Bob in the back, is one of our team players. The other one's been ill for the last month, so and he's been in Oregon for the last month, so we haven't got jump started yet. But we did go out and survey the entire estate, and we each had a third of it, and came back with lists. I've been getting phone calls from people saying, "Oh God, I hear my property's on your list for, you know," and I'm like, "Hey, there's no list yet. I mean, we haven't consolidated a list. We haven't, you know, we're gonna prioritize and go after the, you know, the serious stuff first." And anyway, so that is going to happen, and is slowly coming together. So as soon as Dave gets healthy, we will meet again on a Sunday and start. We got a packet of the CCNRs. Whether something that we needed to talk about as a membership here is that in the past, and Mark and I both know, the CCNR violations, they had a first violation, you had 30 days to come in and talk to us and put together a schedule and tell us what you're going to do and how you're going to fix it. Yet you got a second violation if we didn't hear back from you. Third violation, we charge you $100 a month added to your assessments until you come and talk to us, and we work out some kind of a plan. And so we want to initiate that. It's the exact same program that the board had probably in, I don't know, 2020 or something. You know, no, before that, like maybe 2016 or something. Anyway, but we want to initiate that same program. There's got to be some, you know, some penalty. And so if we need to get these people out of here that are in tents and shacks and containers, so I'd like to make a motion that the architectural committee be allowed to do that. On a third violation, start finding people. And part of that I've got to, which the office and I need to work out, because at that point we put a lien against the properties, and then we start charging them $100 a month. So, any discussion on that? I mean, are you for it, against it? Hold on, Pete.
No.
My memory
No,
sucks.
at the end of the meeting.
Okay, hold on. We'll go to open forum and then we'll talk about it. Okay. Okay. I'll just present it out there. Just hang on to your questions. Okay.
And when we speak,
Lava Lot Committee.
We're at the point where we've already kind of reconciled the edges of the law. We need the list, the original list of blah, blah, so we can reconcile the map with the list.
Are you speaking for the lava
Yes,
lot?
I am.
Oh, come on up.
come on up to the microphone and we can,
This is what we're asking you to do.
So
we want to hear
People
you.
at home need to hear you.
We want to hear you.
That's why.
So we already taken the map, around the edges, verified. There's several different categories of properties that would be in a lava lot, considered lava.
Right.
You know, there's every street has lots that are they're slightly affected, more some that are behind barricades that aren't. There's no lava on the property, but it's way behind a barricade. Don't know why the barricade were placed where they were. It's just how it happened. I'm not blaming anybody, but we need the list to bounce off the map. And I know there's several different versions of this list. So we need the original one. And what you got? There was an original lava lot list, an okay list.
Yes.
But then there was some edits made to this list. So we need the original list. So
I don't have an original.
it's got to be in house.
I have a list. I'll get you.
You got a list?
I have a list. I don't know.
I don't even know their
Yeah.
personal information. You just need the team.
Right. I got a list, so I'll give you that, whatever that is.
Because how many people got billed? 217
49.
out of 740 acres.
And 43 responded with,
And 43.
with money.
Some guys that got 5 acres got 1 bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys need to finish up this week because there was no consistency around that last year cycle. Whatever it is you guys did last year, it was
Disgraceful.
it was see what sticks, see who will pay, and I want to know.
More work.
That's another thing I'd like to know. How many voted in Wawa that didn't have to pay? That's what I would do. So, yeah, that's a different topic, but it's all part of the
Yep.
All right.
Are you going to talk?
Thank you. Thank you. Rich.
Can we
John
have
had a
him
question.
also address the lava lot committee?
I just want to clarify that the reason we're asking people who are speaking for committees to step up to the mic, it's not to embarrass anybody, it's just that there's people watching on YouTube, and if the voice is coming from the seats, the camera doesn't pick it up. It's garbled. So for clarity and out of respect for the others, just step up to the mic when we ask, and if you don't mind, it would be very helpful. That's all. Thank you.
Are we committees or working groups?
We'll say,
Are we committees or working groups? What are we?
whatever you feel.
Whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
Working committee group.
And that's the thing. I
I'm
know
confused.
We don't care.
you stated you have questions now. Please just follow what we're trying to do. Okay, I know you're ready to speak, and we're encouraging people to write down on a card and bring the card up, so when it's open forum, we can call the people with their questions. So if you don't mind, or that would be great. But Rich, run.
Yeah, I want to clarify the statement you made. The mess of the lava lots was the 2018, the 2019, 2020 board. We are still suffering from their unjust, illegal methods that they used. So don't be calling.
But they're not the ones that billed last year. You guys did.
They're the ones that were supposed to bill that didn't.
Okay, but you guys billed. Nobody else did. Audit prep. Who is here with that committee? That working group.
Bill usually does, but I'll just So let's see. I'd like to start off by begging. And what we need is to start treating this like a business. And I've been in business for the last number of years. I've started 4 restaurants, ground up, and intimately acquainted with good financial reports, which we do not have, and we probably haven't had for a very long time. They are the thing that tells us whether we're going up or we're going down. We need those. So Bill, Pete, and myself came in today to kind of see how things were going. Quite frankly, they're a mess. And Janice is doing yeoman's work trying to put them together. So what I would like to propose is that we get as much help for Janice as we can, both volunteer and paid. Come on, guys, $283,000. Come on, let's financial reports are like oil to a car. You can't run without them, and we have not had them. We need to get them, and we need to get on a time schedule that we can have these done. It's really, really, really important. I wonder what kind of board we're going to have in the future years, but my proposal is that we have upper level financial reports done outside of house. Too many people are coming in thinking they know what a debit and credit is, and guess what? They don't, and then they quit 2 months after they're here, and then they say, gee, what's the deal? The books are a mess, and that's why nobody's looking at them. You're scared to, and I would be too. So whatever it takes for the board to get her some help, she needs it. I will pay extra. As you know, I was the guy that was up there with the Honda Audit Now. I bought $500 worth of gift certificates that get people to the meeting, so we can get these guys involved. I want to see an audit done before. I want to say before I die. Might be after this meeting. So anyway.
Just when you guys saw in a few boxes today is what we've been dealing with for
Yes.
months.
Yeah.
I can't give accurate financial if I don't have the paperwork to validate it, and that's the problem. And it's everywhere. So
Right.
I'm grateful for these guys coming and helping me today, and I hear them out here go, oh my God.
It was like a trip. I'm going, she's gonna have a stroke. We gotta get this person out. I mean, I wouldn't be able to take that home. So, I urge you, Lord, get some qualified people. I'll put in some extra money if you need it. I'll sell McDonald's gift certificates. Anyway,
Yeah.
thank you.
Rich,
Thank you.
Rich, I just want to point out that Kimberly Shore has been working tirelessly. I mean, for months doing
Yeah.
what exactly Tom has asked, and I
Yeah.
don't want to discount her efforts.
No, we're not discounting the price at all.
No, I'm just
It's just we could use
Right.
2 more.
Right. Right, I'm just saying that she's making a valiant effort, and
It's been incredible.
Doing it awesome.
if we had, clones, Kimberly clones, would be on the road to
Yeah.
clarity. Thank you.
Thank you, Kimberly.
No, he's supposed to wait till the end.
Wait till the,
I'm on the forensic audit. Yeah, maybe too, I can talk, can't I?
Yes,
You're on the committee.
yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Right, okay,
we thought you agreed on a spokesperson.
no.
Yes, we did agree on
Yes,
a spokesperson, and he's out of order.
We have for 5 or 6 years, we've not had a financial system that is functional by the view of this membership. The membership on April 5th voted for a forensic audit, not an audit. There's a big difference. But if there is an audit, if there is a forensic audit and we get a system that can be developed that will put a regular method of putting in accurate financial information going forward, because the same treasurer is not going to take it up again, but she's sick of it already. So you're going to have to find a second treasurer.
What I'm doing is setting it up that once it's complete,
Your system has been approved.
Okay, we're done. We're done here. Okay, you're not selling this guy. Okay, we're
I'm
done.
not selling
We're done.
anything
Okay,
other than the fact that the membership
Okay.
required a financial audit.
they've gotten enough on this. Thank you.
And it's not happening.
Thank you, Steve.
Jim Friedman, CCNI bylaws. Follow that one. Whoa.
Sorry, I'm worn out. This will be real quick. This has been an eye-opening experience. We did a lot of work. We fought to clean up the member list. We went through tax rolls, created a new member list based on the tax rolls. Turns out that was crap. We're getting a lot of interesting things coming back. We have a box of 80-something envelopes returned for not being able to be delivered. We've got a lot of things that are coming back that say, hey, I appreciate this, but we don't owe anything there. There's a process going on to try and use this vote to clean up the member list. That's a hard process. We're adding emails, we're adding phone numbers, we're trying to cross-reference third owners onto things that they aren't referenced to as a property. Somebody's daughter sends it in, and their parents show up as the owners of the property. Hopefully we can find them by name. There's a whole lot of effort going into it. That is going to slow down our ability to count the votes. So I just want to establish an expectation that although there's a cutoff of the vote for this Saturday, don't expect to see a result on Monday. Okay? We're going to get it to you as quickly as we can, but it'll probably be later next week rather than at the beginning of the week. We are, as we clean the votes and we get them into the member list, we are counting, and right now we are more than halfway to quorum. We have yes votes running above 85% of the votes coming in, so we are on track to pass the resolution. We're still waiting on a county vote, which in and of itself will give us quorum.
that will be sufficient to put us over the top unless the votes that we're seeing run completely counter to the votes we've been seeing today. So in a nutshell, kind of where we are. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Jim.
you.
Pat,
Election committee, Jim Penny?
I have nothing to say about this report.
well, at the end of the meeting, when it's open forum, we're not interrupting the speakers in the business portion of the meeting.
Well, some people didn't get that
We,
mailing.
we,
And
we,
they did, we sent it up to
we're-
the,
we're,
they found out, because I told them about it, they had to come down here and get it, because nobody's doing anything about
thank
it. So
you,
it's not a legitimate vote anyway.
thank you. We're holding comments till the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Hi, Jim.
Good.
Thank you. With regard to the electronic balloting, we're actually in pretty good shape. We've run several tests. Several people in the room gave last month their email address and phone number. And in these tests, which I ran one just a little while ago, there are people in the room that got it and voted. This election buddy, which is the one we like, and we again done test. If anybody else in the room wants to give us their email and or phone number, we'll send it to you both ways. You can't vote both ways. You can vote either or, so you can vote on the computer. The unfortunate news is, out of our 1,500 or so owners, we have maybe 100 emails. That's terrible. We need to have 500, 600, 700. So we need to make a big effort to get more because it's so much cheaper when you just send somebody an email and they vote. Otherwise, it's at least $2.99, $3, some mail. Now, in the case of election buddy, the mail will go back to them and they'll sort it and report to us. So on the day of the election, we'll know everything without having to interrupt and wait a couple or $3 for people to count votes. So that's the intended plan. The issues that we're encountering, as Jim Friedman said, are the membership list is requiring a lot of work. We're doing some work. The lot committee is doing some work. What is a lot? What isn't? What do we bill? Do we bill at all? How much do we bill? So these committees are going to come together here in the next few weeks and try and do things concurrently so we can come to consensus on those issues so that we can have these elections.
Jim, and what was the price range for election buddy? $7.99 or something like that?
Well, $2.99 for a mail ballot, but it's
I thought it was like 7 change or something.
yeah for the whole thing, and that includes the 2,500 votes.
And
So-
our mailings every year run up like $3,500 to $4,000.
The way we're doing it now, we still have an option, which is under discussion of do we want to stuff envelopes and mail out? We can do all those things, do the printing, do the stuff, do the stamping, or for probably about the same price, maybe a little bit more, they can do it all. And so they'll do any and all of the above. And so as we come together, hopefully by this time next month, we'll have definitive answers on what we recommend and what we think should happen.
So if a person that doesn't have access to a computer or doesn't want access to a computer writes a paper ballot, do they have to mail it to Election Buddy, or they turn it into? Oh, they do. Okay.
It goes to them instead of here.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. Thank you.
Thanks.
What's comprised of the 30 pages you mentioned?
What's comprised of it?
Yes.
I'll just send you a copy.
Yeah, election buddy, that's their whole program.
It's their pricing, the model we talked about. We had a meeting with them, a video meeting, and asked all kinds of questions. and I think Jim Friedman was on the phone, Tinder was on the phone, in a Zoom call, and everything that we threw at them, they handled hundreds of times. So,
If you have an office copy, I'll just come and look at it here.
well, I just got it, but I'll send you a copy.
I'll just see one in the office. I don't need one.
Just leave it here. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Janet, who's gonna talk on members list?
That's what I could use if anybody knew Excel.
I'm not saying right now, we had Yepli giving us an update.
It needs work still, because like we're finding out that the county has not updated sales. And it's multiple. So I'm
They need
looking
to
at
be on
other programs that can plug a TMK number in to pull it up.
Okay, we have, in the agenda, we have members list update, Sarah Yeckley. She's off island, and so, but she's the one that, she and Jan Taylor and, Daryl, they're the ones that went through all the tax records before and gave us a good list, we thought. And then, but since then, we found that there's like, I got 2 lots, and 1 lot just says no record. It's been 3 years. And so the thing is that messed up. The county stuff is that messed up. So anyway,
And I
Kimberly
think
spent a lot of time.
Well, here's
We're
the
going
thing.
through that. We're going through all those, right now, we're getting a lot of stuff, like I said, 80 of them, that return to sender. You know, even though we thought that was the right address. So anyway, they're going through those, trying to figure out who the hell these people are, where are they. So, anyway, the list is being worked on every day, but it's gonna take a while to try to get it straightened out.
Yeah, because just in the last month, I must have done 50 maybe county buyouts. And you figure they're buying out all around. That's all going to be, there must be thousands daily they're buying out. You know?
Yeah,
That's
all
causing
the
us
subdivisions, yeah.
So that's why they're so far behind.
Okay. Unfinished business, we've been through the legal stuff already. Park grant, is there any update on the park grant?
Yeah, the county's made a new requirement. They require a general contractor or somebody in charge of all the different projects that we're going to do to oversee them, and then make sure we get the 3 quotes that the county requires. Then that information will go to Greg, and Greg will take it back to the county.
And that person has to be licensed and insured, or?
We don't know that yet.
Yeah.
I hope not.
You know how government is. So.
Yeah, we hope not, right, okay.
So I just want to mention that there was $3,200 in that grant for Frisbee Golf Manual. There'll be a tournament on the 20th in Nana Valley if anybody wants to see what Frisbee golf is about. Thank you.
All right. And the priority we've all said, if we get this grant money, is that pavilion out there, because it's, you know, those kind of structures, the only thing that keeps them up is the bottom of the legs are trying to spring out, right? And they're bolted to a plate in the floor, and they're really rotted. Every leg out there is really rotted at the base. So that needs to be, that will be our priority when they ever get a grant money. We've got to get that thing fixed. Yep. So, Mark Cornell. We brought up the issue last month about end of Leilani, you could turn left and go to Nohea Street very easily and open up Nohea. Take some of the pressure off Capono, because everybody goes up Capono now to get to their lot out there, they'll get to their home and they go down those other streets. So we'd like to open that up. And so Mark's going after this for us.
I think that we need to take a survey for the property owners on Clear Street, north side. And I asked for in favor, they wanted to open up Leilani to Clear Street. So tomorrow I'm going to call county officials and see when we can schedule a meeting with them. Hopefully soon, so we can get things rolling. Our objective is try to have the county open up Leilani Avenue to Nohea, and then if we need to open up the rest of the way on Nohea, we can do it ourselves.
What was the result of the survey, though? You said you surveyed the residents?
They were in favor, yeah.
The property owners on Nohea Street, if they wanted to open up Leilani Avenue to
They do.
Nohea.
They do.
Yeah, I said all of that's were in favor.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, sweet.
Very good. That's it.
All right,
Okay.
thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
Awesome.
we're saying, we're saying the county because, there's a 50 foot of Leilani Avenue, they have to start mowing, right? Because right now it's just forced, but it opens up those lots on both sides, and it opens up the lots on that end in O'Hare too, for, I don't know who owns all those, but it's gonna be worth a little bit of money when that happens, when we do that, so.
Rich, is it worth making a motion at this point to, or is it wait and see till he speaks to
Wait
the?
and see what the county says, right?
Okay, because I mean, for us to, we're not spending any money at this point. We're just talking about the possibility of making it happen. What the county would be responsible for.
Yeah.
So no motion necessary at this point, then. I would think.
No. Financial penalties for CC innovation, the payment made by, this is, new business. John, this is yours.
Yeah. Okay. This is a topic that's not necessarily pleasant to talk about. And it discusses an unauthorized payment made by a board member. And the reason I want to bring this up is because the reason I'm bringing up this point is because I feel that it needs to be talked about, because we want to know what's going on with our finances. And as Janice has been digging with others in the office through financial records, we find things, and some are confusing. Some of them are really disheartening when you see the waste and that type of stuff that hours spent on just not done right. But when I was alerted to something that was criminal, I'm like, this is a problem.
Point of order. Point of order. These are items that need to be discussed in executive session, not with the community. You are out of order. Please bring yourself into order.
That's your point of order. It would be decided by the president.
Yeah. Right.
It's procedural. It's an executive session issue.
We can make it an executive session.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
If that's what you want to do.
Fine.
Yep.
Just like that.
Yeah, it's true.
I think that's pretty.
Excuse me. We're not to the open forum yet. You made a dictate of how we're going to do this meeting. Please follow that dictate.
I didn't say a word after Richard said it. It's not open forum yet. Please. I will respect the president's say on the
Let's
matter.
take it an executive session.
We already did discuss it in executive session, though, didn't we? Rich and Rod and Al and Smiley and Janice, we discussed this thoroughly.
Yeah, we did.
Thoroughly
We did,
in executive session for a good 45 minutes. And I think personally that people ought to know what's going on with money. That's the only thing. I want to separate myself from that behavior. I don't condone the type of behavior I've seen and I've witnessed. I don't condone it, and it's been a long time coming. I don't want to shut my mouth when I see something.
We did discuss it in executive session already, like you said before. So the point of order is not taken.
I mean, I can speak around it.
Finish it up.
I'll speak around it, and just so if as a board member, I saw somebody in the community I like, or whatever, a friend or somebody, a community member, and they said, "Hey, I'm having problems with finances. You think you could give me some money or something? Help me out. I'm having trouble." And as a board member, I said, "Why not? I like you. You seem like you're having trouble." So I write a check and just give that person money without any approval, without anybody knowing about it, without any minutes, with no memorandum of understanding, with no stipulations that they even pay the money back. Would you want to know? That's what I'm saying. Would you want to know if that was I chose to do that? Because I think it's criminal. And that's say again.
Makes no difference.
Doesn't matter.
If I'm a board member, wait, whoa. I'm just saying, this is not open discussion yet. I'm just saying that if I was a member of the board, which I am, and somebody approached me and needed money, LCA is a business. The money we collect here is for the betterment of the community. It's nowhere in the bylaws, the charter, or any of that stuff does it say that we're a loan company. We do not make loans to anybody. We're not a loan company. And to do that is theft. It takes the money out of our accounts and it puts it in somebody else's pocket. And that's what I'm saying. I have trouble with that. I do personally. Hold on. I'm not. It's not open discussion. It's not open discussion. I'm saying that's the gist of my point, is that I wanted to share what we have documentation of that's been talked about in sworn depositions. It's in sworn depositions. Frankly, I'll shut my mouth if I'm not allowed to say anything further on it. But, I hope you understand the severity and what it means. We're board members. We're held to a higher standard. Janice is in charge of money. I could write a check. Janice could write a check. I want to have faith that Janice is writing the check to the right people for the right reason, to pay LCA bills, not somebody's personal needs. That's not what the board is here for. We do not act in a fraudulent way to make things right for somebody else who's not even a member of the LCA. It's just wrong, in my opinion. And that's all I'm going to say about it. That's all.
Okay, let's open it up, open forum. Raise your hand. We will acknowledge you, and then go to the mic and tell us what you want to say. Tell us whatever it is.
What's being referred to and is being skirted around is a loan given to Kim, which was paid back. We also extended the same courtesy to Michael Halmio. There was a mower that was replaced. Michael wanted the new mower, but he didn't have the money to pay for it. So a loan was given to him that he could work off.
That's wrong.
With pressure washing and extra duties around the community on his days off. And it was up to a discussion of the board. There was a few people that were in opposition, but it passed. He was given the mower, and that helped him out. What's being referred to is Kim's car broke down, and the LCA voted to give her $5,000.
No.
Which she paid back.
Absolutely not. The board, the deposition said that none of the board members voted on it. There was no meeting. It was in a sworn deposition. Al said there's no meeting.
I did not say that at all. I got the deposition. I was notified. So
in essence, we were able to help out Michael Halmio, but we weren't able to help out Kim. Kim paid us back. He paid back Mary Ann over $4,000. And we don't have to show that we're not getting paid back that money. And she should have been paid that because 4 boards voted not to pay you because you botched that election. So we had to pay
That's a different discussion, okay? That's a different discussion. We're talking about this.
So we gave Michael Halmio the same grace that we gave Kim. And in his deposition, Al Morrow, when asked if he ever helped out an employee, he said yes.
Yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you.
And did not.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
For your interpretation.
And
Any other
I'm going to respond.
You want to respond?
I'm going to respond. How can you say it was unauthorized when it was voted on?
The attorney asked you if
And he cut me off
Wait,
before I finished my
wait.
answer.
You asked me
He
a
cut
question.
me off before I finished my answer.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you asked me a question.
So let me ask a simple question. How many signatures on the check?
2.
Different board members?
I can't
How many
identify.
people on the board?
I can't
How many
identify.
people on the
It doesn't
board?
matter, though.
What's 2 or 3?
You can't take LCA money and hand it off to people. That's the issue.
we're allowed
That's why
to.
the police, that's why we went to the police. We filed a police report for illegal use
Really?
of
I
LCA funds.
talked to them and they have no record of it.
Oh, they have a
Did
record of
you
it.
call the police?
Oh, yeah, we went there and met with them. Yeah, so I'm gonna have there is a police record.
So,
Police report
do you have
number.
the police number? Give me the number.
After the meeting, I'll do that.
After the meeting.
Yeah.
Any other, Mary Ann?
I forgot something else on my handwritten. The fruit box has been quite a success out there. Thank you for donations to the fruit box. My 3 minutes. Thank you, board, for giving all of us 3 minutes to say what's on our mind concerning Leilani. Now that's all I've hoped for since I started volunteering my time at the park. And that is to be heard and now actually sometimes appreciated. I've learned much from all of you and respect your relentless effort to bring the spirit of aloha back to Leilani. Uncle John and the Chocolate Tree should be a book for a 3-year-old boy in the ocean. Bridge is like the annoying brother you love anyway. And Smiley on through the years and respect and appreciate her judgment for the betterment of the community. And finally, this Irish gal from the East Coast, I've really come to appreciate. Anyway, so all I want to say, no complaints, spirit of high, please go on.
Thank you. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jim.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Hey, aloha everyone.
Hello.
My name is Joshua Kingsbury. I'm a new member here in the community. I've been a resident here on the Big Island for almost 20 years, coming next February, since 2007. In that time, I've been a really solid community member, coconut climber, body worker, healer, and support to a lot of families with all types of different support. I've been a witness watching a lot of children grow here. I just returned from Halakua, moved to Leilani here back in April, and just been getting established in my place over the summer down the street here. And something that has been on my mind is I've watched a lot of change on the Big Island, specifically here in Puna. I've been through hurricanes, technically, not a hurricane, but Isel, if anyone remembers. I watched us lose 40% of our tree canopy. I watched the red road get shut down. I watched the tree tunnel completely disappear, and we were shut down in Lower Puna for over 10 days. I watched the lava come down the hill twice.
Yeah.
And then I also was here for a lot of recon work in this community and several other communities for 3 weeks when 2018 lava came through. I don't currently carry first aid, CPR, and all those things, but I've been a river guide, a wilderness guide, rock climbing guide, and I have a lot of experience in tropical living, wilderness survival, and being able to resource when there's little resource available. So what my interest is in coming up tonight is to learn what you guys' programs are for disaster preparedness and how we meet all the basic levels of care. Should we have no boats come? Should we have all power grids shut down and only so many people who are set up off grid and have the right amount of water and so on and so forth? To keep it brief, my desire is to get informed, to get connected, plug in, and to be a part or perhaps even lead some level of committee of planning and proposals to bring forward more infrastructure. And I would like to actually really have 5 or 6 other members that would be active with me in that planning and preparedness. So that's what I'd like to call for. And so what kind of balance we can bring to the different areas of key preparedness and resource for all of us here in the community, especially our Kapuna, who are not in a place where they can do much else than go to the store or pick food from the tree. So that's my interest, and I'm hoping to see how that can unfold.
Thank you.
Joshua, if I may, we have a CERT team here in Leilani. We have 3 members right now. I think we contacted you on Facebook.
Yes.
Please contact us or.
Make sure she has your name and contact.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I'd
Thank
love
you.
to get familiar with all of that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
If I can just address your thoughts. I'm a co-chair on the Revitalize Puna County Committee on Disaster Preparedness and Sustainability. We've been meeting for 3 years via Zoom every other week. Our next meeting is coming up on Monday. It is open for guests to come and join us if you'd like to participate. Our other board member, Greg Armstrong, was the other community leader asked to be a co-chair with the county group, and so he had a lot of concerns throughout our whole time that we've been. He was, unfortunately, due to health, he quit the committee, but it's still ongoing. He was desperately trying to get answers for our community to have like a preparedness list and work with civil defense. But to this, as of this day, civil defense was not eager to coordinate with us. And I know several other homeowners associations do have a preparedness list. So it's very important, and thanks for wanting to be a part of that, because it will be awesome.
Yeah,
Yes.
living in a residential neighborhood, I feel like we have this opportunity to meld our consciousness with an awareness that our basic needs keep us together safe.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Tim.
Really quick, I've been operating under the assumption no board has ever executed the process required to take votes away from a member regardless of whether they take their dues, that all members are currently eligible to vote in the election that we're holding. I would like to see the board make a motion, second it, and vote on it to either affirm or deny that isn't true.
Did you understand that?
Yeah.
I don't understand the motion.
We want to make a motion.
Can you repeat that? Just so I'm clear. Okay.
I move that the board formally recognize that since they have not executed the process in the bylaws to relieve anyone of the right to vote, that all members have the right to vote under our bylaws until they execute that process, and that therefore all member votes in the election we're holding on the bylaw changes are valid and will be counted.
But in the bylaws, it says you can't, you are a member in good standing, you can vote. But if you haven't paid your dues, we will tell you ahead of time you're not a member in good standing. It doesn't have to be paid dues, didn't pay dues. If you haven't heard anything, then what we're saying here, if you haven't heard anything from us, then you get to vote.
It actually says that it is at the discretion of the board to take away
The right to vote.
the right to vote. It says the board may choose. It is not something that happens automatically. It takes a proactive action by the board, including written notification and an appeal process in order to take away anyone's right to vote. I just want to have the board acknowledge that they have not executed that process, and therefore that all member votes are valid in the current
We're
election.
talking about the current mailing that we just did. We were scrambling to get out, and like you say, the bylaws would have been weeks later. So I make a motion that we accept all votes that come in, doesn't matter who they are, where they came from, that sort of thing. There is no such thing as not a member in good standing for this vote we're taking right now.
I would second it and highlight that in light of not having clarity into the actual members, a true members list, how would you notify people if we don't have the right addresses? Until we have an accurate, up-to-date members list, how do we notify them? How would I possibly do that?
Right. But the bylaws say that you have to eliminate them. So we're saying that at this point, we're not going to eliminate anybody for this vote we're doing right now. Pete seconded it.
Discussion.
Go ahead.
You have something?
No, go ahead. You have something.
The 2020 board declared that with the help of their lawyer, sending out the assessment notice. If you had an amount due, that sufficed to be noticed that you were deficient and you couldn't vote and participate.
So this was a finding by a lawyer?
Yes.
Who's lawyer?
That was,
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what we did.
We should have a legal answer.
But we're saying that the same thing there. They said the assessment, we sent out the mailing, so it's the same issue. So yes, anybody can vote.
But I think he said sending out the assessment with the balances and a due by date was effectively notifying them if they were not.
Yes.
Right?
Lincoln Ishida was the lawyer.
The bylaws are quite clear. You have to take a proactive action. And the method of sending out the assessment is not that action. It's to occur after the member doesn't pay their dues. It's very clear. So you can quote the 2020 decision. I'm asking this board to make their own decision on it so that we have clarity in counting the votes.
We made a 3-second. Let's vote. Take a vote.
I'm not done with discussion.
Okay, vote.
I suggest that we get clarity then from the corporate counsel.
We have no time. We have no time.
Yes, you do.
No, we can vote on this right now. Take a vote. We'll vote. We'll accept the vote. It's just to talk about, to allow us to change the bylaws.
It's a legal issue.
Let's take a vote.
I suggest you have
We
legal
vote
counsel.
in favor, Dennis? Okay, so 4, you're abstain? 2 abstain, okay.
No, it's a no.
No, 4, no.
So we are going to count all the votes. That doesn't include Roger now making a motion and get a legal opinion on it, having that voted on. So, yeah, we voted 4-2, we're going to count all votes.
Are you including if they come up election for new board as well?
No,
Yeah, just clarify.
yeah, I needed to too.
No. It's just a mailing. Okay, so no other business, any announcements, anything new that we need to?
Wait,
Kathy,
Hold on.
got more.
Kathy's still.
Hold on, we got somebody coming on the mic.
He has the floor.
Somebody coming on the mic.
I have a question. So, is Saturday the end of the thing? Jim, are you gonna make sure the county has their votes in, or where is this? I didn't get that from the report.
We've contacted the county. They have emails from us. I've gone by it. I'm going to go by there again tomorrow. I have not gotten a response back from Doug at this point. When I talked to him originally about it and handed him the ballots, explained to him what was going on, he assured me that they would have it in prior to the deadline. He cannot sign off on it himself. It has to go either to the finance director for the county or to the mayor himself, and I don't know where the delay in all this is. It may well be in the mail. I just haven't got a response back saying that it has been mailed. I'm assuming that, like in all the elections in the state and everything else, anything postmarked prior to September or to September 13th,
It's good.
Saturday,
It's good.
is a valid vote. Anything postmarked after that is invalid vote. That's state law.
Right.
The state law takes precedence over us.
Okay.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
I just had one other thing. This is the 5th board meeting since the election. We have a board member who still has not shown up. I would like the board to take whatever action they can do about that. It's ridiculous. She's just like, everything. You all are working hard. He just is showing up. He's working hard. But everybody's working hard. I know he has an illness, but he always goes to everything for his other responsibility. He's just shooting us to face.
Thank you. Thank you. Any other? Mark. Hold on, Mark.
Mark has got the floor.
I'd like to bring these 2 concerns to your board. The first one is to Wall Street. There's some drug aids that hang out up there, so the board needs to look at maybe try and put a fence out there or put a sign for starters to keep them out of there.
Right here. You're talking about right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, right here. Yeah.
Wall Street. The second one is who is the person in charge for handling parties and there's a lot of problem with the trash taking out there.
Not
They
taking
don't need a weekend. I came down here Sunday morning, trash all over here. Monday morning, safety, trash all over here. We know that there's a dog turning all these trash containers over. And Wednesday morning also, same thing. And I know these dogs, I see these dogs. And if nobody do anything about this, especially the board, you need to take action right away. We need action on this.
Yeah.
I'd like to share this story that I found in the Tribune Herald. And I think we need to think about this. It's about locals. The word local is a form of distinction. This is a heartfelt career to those of us who were born and raised in Hawaii, not necessarily by blood, by nationality, by identity, by experience. This call goes out to all the locals, not Kanaka specifically, but those who carry the lived memory of this place in our bones. We remember the days when traffic was rarity, and I remember that too.
wasn't any.
When neighborhoods were filled with ohana, and when aloha wasn't just a word, it was our lifestyle. Today, this feeling of togetherness is slipping through our fingers. Hawaii has become a place of transition rather than home. More and more, we are surrounded by Mahinis, outsiders, who arrive from elsewhere and quickly adopt the title local and support local, often using it as a marketing tool to brand their businesses and Airbnb. But let's be clear, the word local carries weight. It belongs to those who were born and raised here, who have seen the shifts, who understands the feeling, and who carry a kuleana responsibility to protect this place, not just enjoy it. There's a significant gap between living your whole life in these islands and moving here as an adult. That gap is made up of deep-rooted knowledge, shared struggle, unspoken code, and generations of lived experience. And while Mahi newcomers may love OE respect must come first. That respect starts with knowing your place and choosing your words with intention. If you are not born and raised in Hawaii, please refrain from calling your business or brand local.
Mm-hmm.
It may seem small, but to us, it's a powerful distinction. Let's honor the people and the culture of this place with truth and integrity. Model.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mark. That was beautiful. According to state law regarding HOAs,
421J Section 5A says that all members have the right to participate in meetings with discussions. That means when a subject is brought up, everyone here who's a homeowner is a member of this corporation, and we are allowed by state law to speak up and have discussions on any topic that's brought up by the board. We are trying to be silenced by what was put out.
You're speaking right now.
You're speaking, how's that work?
Not during the points of discussion. That's what this is about. That is what this state law is about. And nobody here is above the law. You're all volunteers. We're all people, we're all members. We're all owners in this corporation. And there's a state law that prohibits you from silencing us during topics that we want to discuss.
Anybody else out there have anything?
Could I just address one thing? So just to be clear, when we're conducting board business, this is a board meeting. All the things that Smiley discussed, that's a board meeting. When we go through the new business, old business, committee reports, officers reports, that is for the board to get done. You can listen. You're welcome to be here. We encourage you to ask any question you want. I don't care if we're here, personally, I don't care if I'm here till midnight to answer your questions, but it's when open forum comes. Because if we keep having interruptions and back and forth while we're trying to do this, we don't even get through half of the stuff.
It's clear to you, it's a state law that you're allowed to talk about your items.
You can.
They're an open forum.
No.
Reading it wrong.
You're reading.
She's reading it wrong. She's reading it wrong.
All right,
Chris, come up.
come on up.
Here.
Well, come on up.
Step on up.
Okay. All right. You said architectural committee, or you guys went around and had 3 groups
We're evaluating, yes. Looking for issues.
looking for issues. How did you go about doing that?
Just look.
So you walk on the properties.
No, we can't go on properties, so we can't see down these driveways.
So I just want to say that HRS 205, 4.5, and 4.6 pertains to agricultural land in the state of Hawaii. It pertains to all land in the state that's zoned agriculture, which that makes up the whole neighborhood. For section 1 and section 2. Doesn't matter. 4.6 was is like a 22-year-old law that basically the state came down and said there are no fire restrictions on agricultural lands on anything that's zoned agriculture. So any transfer after July 8th, 2003, any CCNR that conflicts with that property owner's agriculture endeavors, it does not. You can't enforce that CCNR on somebody. So I'm just asking you guys to consider that when you're going about doing this, because I don't want to get stuck in another lawsuit, with the HOA getting sued by multiple property owners because they're overstepping their bounds. That's all.
So let's hypothetically, if you built a brand new house in Leilani Estates, right? And a brand new house,
Okay.
and your neighbor moved in, and they wanted to have 500 roosters. I mean,
Hey,
would you be all right with it?
That's something different. No, I wouldn't want to put up with that.
Okay,
No, but
all right.
do I have a legal leg to stand on? Probably not.
Okay, that's all. Just
And that whole rooster bill over at HPP that they tried to do a few years back,
Yep.
guess what? They got shot down because of that law.
Yeah, we got several residents here that moved from HPP because of that. The neighbor next door had, 100 roosters. Yeah,
But
so,
I'm just saying that there is some laws that protect agricultural lands, the property owners, and you need to consider that. You can't, the ideas that we used to do back in the day where, somebody had a pig in their backyard, let's go after them and find them or whatever. I mean, they may not have fined them, but, I don't know, I don't remember exactly what Rich Robbins was doing at the time, but I've heard stories, and it just, I think this HOA needs to take that into consideration. And it's been, Lincoln Ashita even said that was the, that applied to Leilani Estates. And there's been numerous attorneys since then, and there's been numerous folks that, in reading English, that have said the same thing. It's not, Leilani Estates isn't grandfathered in. Nobody's grandfathered in. It's any transfer after July.
when it comes to animals, message we're telling people is, look, until your neighbor complains, nobody cares.
Yeah, okay.
And then you and the neighbor need to find out.
But it's not like, our CCNRs say that you can only use the lot for a single family dwelling.
Yeah.
That's only one thing out of that whole list of
Yeah.
uses.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to put a solar farm on my any property, I could. There's nothing anybody can say about it. Not that I plan to do that. I'm just saying there's numerous things that you can do. And livestock, agricultural structures, you cannot build a 1,000 square foot structure on your property without a permit, without building codes, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. So if your shacks that you're going after, you need to be careful because people do have rights, and it conflicts with the CCNRs. And it basically says it plainly that if there is a conflict between the two, the CCNRs avoid it. And you read it, you know what I'm talking about. Jim, Penny, you know what I'm talking about.
And I agree with what you're saying. It does have to be for agricultural use, though. So
But here's the thing: a lot of folks try to say, "Well, it's going to be for ag purposes," and they assume that means commercial, and it doesn't mean commercial. It means commercial or personal use. That's what it says. So I'm just saying, we got property rights, and please don't step on it.
I'm buying you all.
I want to.
Thank you. All right. Let's adjourn this. Get out of here and go home. Okay, meeting's adjourned.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.